let's chit chat, sis.
Oh,
It's not happening.
I'm liking the weather.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking about the now too, but last week it was like rain every day, you know. But rain bring beautiful flowers and
It does, but it'd be like, okay, can we just hold off a minute? Like, can we get some sun and let it stay?
I was kind of doing it because that pollen is really,
Girl.
Terrible.
yeah, it's not like down there. Up here it's not like down
It's
there.
like a carpet down here.
Yes.
It's a carpet where I live because I go to touch my car and it's green. My car gray.
Oh my goodness.
I need to
And
show
it ain't.
her some pictures of there. That's why you'll be like, okay, no. You know what
Listen.
I mean? No, I
And
mean,
it just depends. Listen, and then this is my season too, so it won't end until the end of May. So I'm
Mm.
yeah.
praying.
I have these problems now that I live up in the northeast because um when I lived down south I had asthma. I stayed at the asthma and allergy specialist. It was like
Mhm.
all year round it was something. You know what I mean? The place stayed packed. Even in December, it was people up in there. Like I used to be like, this is not a good feeling. Like, yo, but
Yeah,
um I don't have that problem now. I don't even take like precautionary medicine for asthma no more.
That's good.
that's really good. That's really good.
Not bother
But
me.
you know,
Let me knock on some wood. Oh, is this wood or is this
I
wood?
know that's right. But you know, it ain't like that sometimes for some folks at them cookouts, Kimmy.
Oh yeah, well that's what we're gonna talk about. These surviving family gatherings. You know what I mean? Because we coming up on them. It's gonna be a whole slew of them all the way until next fall. I mean, hell, until it consistently. You know what I mean? I
October.
think it's more. We have a lot going on with family and around holiday time, but I think people act better around the holiday time. I think they just come with maybe a little bit more gracious heart. They're not coming
Pick
to.
them during the holiday.
Yeah, people act a little different, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna come
Yeah.
to your house all bruised up and but when you think about the cookout, you already come with some intentions sometimes. Some family members come with some intentions. I just remember when I was growing up, love my family, but it used to be like, well, we're gonna have this, and you'd be like, oh, the entertainment gonna start. I know so and so gonna do that. I know do that, and um, I haven't had that kind of stuff going on now, but I think that I'm real skeptical of family members sometimes. Let me use that word, skeptical of family members, coming to my house and especially for just cookouts and just casual gatherings. I say casual gatherings because it's nothing formal going on, but you know. What y'all think about this? I don't want to be the only one because I could tell y'all stories.
I have a small family, so I don't have a lot of that. We really, really tight, the few of us. But I went to a gathering this weekend,
Oh, did you?
family. But I tell you, it was like maybe about 2 hours into it. I got my person to get the hell out of there. some, some, it was some fragging going on. I was is this what y'all normally do? I got to go. And they literally was like, what happened? I was like, I'm out. And
because because when you're in your own dysfunction, it doesn't look dysfunctional to you. It only looks dysfunctional to others. And so when you used to Peanut and them coming high and drunk when they get there, so when they drive into that, little miniature thing you have out front, you're kind of used to it because they do it all the time.
Mhm.
And you're accepting of it, or you would not invite them. You're right.
oh,
And
Sometimes they
so
get invited. Somebody say something and they get invited. They invite themselves.
at least you know what you
well,
expect from them.
but here's the thing. You ought to know your family well enough that if you don't want one person to come, it's a few other people you can't invite either, or they're going to tell them that it's happening, and that's how they find out. Unless, of course, you just post everything on social media. But my point is, when you know that, you have to be prepared for it, even if you didn't invite them, right? Because you know how they do. So I think the responsibility bears on the person given the event to know
Hmm.
those that labor among you because you got to know what you're dealing with,
They know
right?
who was fighting, or they was going to fight, or they what. I ain't know what was going on. I said, that's enough for me. I'm done.
Not gonna be around nothing where I think that it's gonna be the police gonna be called eventually in that evening. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I've been like I'll tell you like where I live at, it's 90% very quiet. You know what I mean? But I got one neighbor that when I see all the New York cars, and nothing against New York, Celeste, but I see all the New York cars come and the bus
Well, you
come
already know we coming.
and the bus come, I'm like, let me
And
get
we,
my dogs in the house. Cause like, my dogs, I got two left. They still like little gang members. Let me get them in the house. But
especially if we ain't been nowhere. We ain't been out of New York. Yeah, we
oh my
come.
God, yo, they come. I be like, I said, I really wish Keith you put a rope up or something because I don't want to crush my tree. I'm like what
You need the velvet rope up.
the when I said when I'm just gonna sit patiently because I know by 8:30, yeah, I'm gonna see the blue and red lights because somebody is gonna be over there cutting up, cutting up. I'm like, I don't know, y'all keep inviting the same people every time y'all have something. But yeah, that's probably the highlight of what goes on where I live in my little world because my family is spread out. But I live up here now, but they still spread out. So, you know, Keisha, you quiet.
So when you have family functions, we usually have family reunions, family gatherings in the summer, especially the 4th of July. And then, but you know, you have some people that don't speak to other people, but you tend to just walk around them, just walk around, or you just make them speak. You make them have that
That's
conversation.
me.
You know that they
That's
don't, but you,
hmm
you just make them answer you because they're not going to sit there like they can't hear you. Or they know if I'm going to take a picture with somebody and they'll say, you got to put them red cups up. I was like, yeah, because I don't take pictures and everybody got a red cup. You don't see me in no picture with a red cup. Oh no, and they know that you set your boundaries, or you know how some people are. You got a family member call you over, hey, come in, and they want to tell you about something that you just don't want to hear or know about. Either sell you something, tell you something about
Tell
something
you something.
else, or
That
whatever,
one.
and then it's like, and then so you just like
Keisha is me.
that. And you go on and act like you forgot about it.
Hold that thought. Like my
Yeah, because
Yeah, but it's all in good fun. It's like trying to say, your family, who's gonna do what, and when it's your time to exit stage left.
Girl, park
Yeah,
around.
it's too much for me right now. Y'all know that's too much for me. And they'll say, she's getting ready to go in and go to bed. She's not gonna hang out with this, and then it's like, you know me. That's my personality. After I spend a certain amount of time with you, then I'm ready to go off by myself. Still
oh
love you.
yeah.
I love you, but it's time for me to go to sleep now.
Kimmy, what do we know about my husband? After a certain time, if you at our house and it's an event, after a certain time, he is slipping upstairs and he going to bed. So you'll be like, "Where'd Bill go?" Yeah, no, he went to bed. Gets past his bedtime.
I'm
So
starting to understand that though. Really, I'm starting I
listen,
mantra now. Like
you do what you have to do, and what I have learned is that you just mitigate. You figure out, who they are, what's going to happen, and you just try to mitigate what's going to happen when they arrive or after they're there for 2 hours because you know what's fitting to happen, right? So,
Mhm.
Uncle Butch is going to have too many drinks and now he going to need a ride home, right? Did he get a ride here? How he get here? So I'm going to have to put him in an Uber. I'm going to have to do whatever. Peanut and them, like I said, they come in, they hide. I don't have no cousin named Peanut. I'm just saying Peanut and them. And so they come in and so then they gonna pick a fight because they're gonna see a lady walking down the street and gonna want to stay high and they're gonna go too far and then somebody gonna come back and it's gonna be word. So you gotta know when to rein them in, when to send them home, and about how long this is gonna take. So your hostess duties or your host duties are that of figuring out who's doing what where. And like Keisha said, the cousin that's in the pyramid scheme this month, trying to sell this to somebody you invited. That's the other thing. Do you invite non-family members to these events because you can't control what's going to happen with those particular family members? So if your best friend been your best friend
And
for
you
30
said
years, they
yeah, you
know.
invite him and you said, girl, this is what's gonna happen. He gonna ask you this. Don't do that. Ignore him. Don't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What about the family member who always cook that can't cook?
Oh, damn, that's me, but I I'm like, that is not me because I don't bring nothing.
Like, why did you make anything? Like, why?
Something funky in
The
the
new dish, no, no, we don't want the new dishes. Practice on that.
I
They
got a
the one that
cousin.
takes all the food home. That ain't bought nothing. They got
First
five.
of all, listen, you know my favorite line, Kimmy, what I have to tell them. This is not an aluminum foil event. You come and you eat and you leave. There are no containers. Now,
Oh,
Christmas
that's
and
cute. That's cute.
listen, Christmas and Thanksgiving, you're gonna have leftovers, right? If you don't want 7 days of that food in your house, then I already have my Rubbermaid containers so people can take their food and keep on going. But summertime don't tend to be because people come early so they can get food and they can leave. Like, no, this is not an aluminum foil event. This is not for you to come and make 5 plates, put them inside your Ziploc bag, and then
We
keep on
gotta have some
going.
food for tomorrow morning when we wake up after we done had
you
them
know,
dead cups
then
all
you
night
should have
long.
brought then you should have brought something. And I don't mean just like
They
some hot
did.
dog buns.
Thought to
If
say
we
that,
they put
Chauncey.
a cake from the Acme, and that's what they put a cake from the Acme. But I just want to say, we talk about ways to kind of break up these kind of events from turning to something sour. I'm gonna say this one. This is just food for thought. Yo, pay attention to the texts that go on back and forth the week before the event come, because when somebody's sharing that they pissed at somebody or this is going on with this person or did you hear about that person, you may either want to cancel the event or lie to them and tell them that the event is canceled. Because what I've always seen is that was the prelude to the bullshit that was coming to your house. I'm telling you,
mm,
all the time. Or they mention it, yo, is Butcher Crumb coming to your house? You know, the last time they didn't bring nothing. You know what I mean? They all up in
okay.
house business. They ain't bring nothing. How you know that? Because I watched. They
And
came.
Kim, it is the text, but it's about money for fees or the food that we're supposed to get for everybody.
Yeah,
And the
that's so
person don't
terrible.
never have, but they want to bring 18 people. They got 18 family members that want to come, but mad at you because this my mama house too. My grandma house
Per
too.
person.
But you got 18 people. We feeding everybody because
Yeah.
this is my grandma too. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but grandma didn't pay for the food. So
No, I'm
it's
talking, I
like
mean, but it's able-bodied people, not grandma. We're not
I
charging.
know what I'm saying,
But
right? But
yeah.
When I tell you, that's another thing that get people salty.
Uh-huh.
Go and say that, okay, I'm gonna get all the food, but everybody need to contribute. They 50.
Right.
That's where it go terribly wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You
But somebody's not gonna do it,
know,
but they have the most family members.
I'm bringing my. Don't say a family for $50. You better say per person.
I'll do it, but they're gonna nickel and dime you. How
They
much?
and dime you, but
The
then
turkey was- How much the franks?
Uh-huh.
she
and
said
then
the
they're gonna
Franks.
feel entitled because they're gonna turn to the aluminum foil people because they already gonna say, I done paid my $50 and I done paid my little stuff,
Uh-huh.
my little Shamika right over here too, and she only 5 and she ain't eating that much, but she can get she made me pay $50 for her. So I'm
Somebody don't come. They want their money back.
take
Mm-hmm.
so
Well,
Oh yes. Yes.
because then wait a minute, because then you have the family members that do ask for the money. You don't have no
Mm-hmm.
problem paying the money. But then you go to get a plate and they give you this much of everything. It's like, okay, well, what are you supposed to
That's
do
how
with
much
this?
you pay. This much.
That
sometimes
You
has happened
took
too. That is
you
sometimes
true.
you
took
want to scratch it
you
out
took
though.
my $50, but then here you just dig in this little corner with a teaspoon and
If
dropping it
you
on.
need
Like I
have a
know I need to lose a
have a
few
spoonful of
pounds, but
potato
like
salad.
dang.
Well,
That
look,
has happened
the
too.
other thing, y'all, you be like, let me tell y'all something that get people real asked out. Start to ask people about you put your $50 in, but that didn't include like the seafood, like crabs and stuff like that. Oh, when I tell you they gonna go, they gonna go.
Because no matter what y'all eat,
You
That
can
ain't
put
the
one
seafood
crab.
salad.
The seafood salad, that costs $100 to make. So, that is not a part of the $50 you pay.
That's why I
So
keep
listen.
mine tight and small. This
Well, and that's why my husband always says, and I used to wonder why, but then I started seeing friends events and family events, and he's like, Chance, if you're gonna throw something, don't be asking nobody to bring nothing. Don't throw it unless you got the money to do it, because
I believe
I
that.
don't want no.
I agree. I agree. I
I
And I'm
agree.
believe
like,
that.
okay. I said, that's fine. I'm not doing it because I can't afford it. I said, but if you come from the type of family circle where everyone just kind of pulls and
Yeah.
potlucks together, then that's different. But he's like, no. He was like, if you're gonna throw it and you're gonna have it, we'll take care of everything. And I'm like, okay. Then I know that means I need to have a certain list because you got the cousins that come, then they don't want to feed their kids. And then now I got kids' hands digging all in the food and touching the chips
Oh,
and
I tell you, like how people come to cookouts and stuff and then act like they just now become childish. That's not fair.
No, because it's one older person like, okay, parents, fix your child a plate. You fix the plate. No children
fix
at
them a
the table.
plate.
And that's what you have to do.
And the other rule that I had, and I'm sorry y'all, but I don't buy Days and off-brand soda. When I buy soda for an event, I buy name brand soda. Come
Mhm.
get your kid because I'm gonna make a big 5-gallon thing of punch, and they can drink on that all day. But they're not supposed to touch them sodas because they cost too much money.
They're
My
gonna take
child
one
don't eat
sip, put it
hamburgers.
down, and not know whose soda it is.
My child don't eat hamburgers and hot dogs. They gotta eat steak. I be like,
I don't eat hot dogs at all. I haven't eaten
but yeah, but the child ain't paid no money. Your child won't eat these hamburgers or these hot dogs or this
or you're
Cheetos.
gonna be taking them out of here to McDonald's, Wednesday, or whatever your choice is.
It's
If
5
that's
years
what they're
old.
not gonna be saying what they're gonna be getting. But this
Ooh,
is
I got
different for when we was growing up, like get taken to a cookout with your parents and act out. You gonna see the repercussions later. Asking
you
for
gonna see a lot.
you know what I
Listen,
mean?
But
Crying
it's
in the
like
plate.
this.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work out.
And the
but you
thing
got
about
that.
it is, most kids, now you have some that would, eat that, will sit down and eat, but most of the time at a function,
They
they
running
get
and
a plate they're
playing.
not going to eat, period. And
So
the
then
food
they're going to
and
waste
you
it.
have to throw it away.
And that's why my rule was with my kids when we arrive, if the food is ready, fix you your food, put it on a plate, give you some chips, give you some pretzels, give you something to drink and some water, sit down, eat it, and be done. That's what I told them. So you know how you give your kids the directions before you get there.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you ask for nothing. I will fix you a plate when you get there. But that's what I do with mine.
Nobody
So
say nothing to you. Tell them to come to me. Oh Lord.
you know what I mean? But don't be half drinking a soda, putting it down, and then now you don't remember where it is or which one is yours. So
Okay, let's
that's
get that
why.
Sharpie and write
Listen,
kids' names down on that
no,
stuff.
that's when you buy the
Yeah,
nub
hug,
waters,
hugs.
the nub waters. And again, if make a big thing of punch, all they gotta do is press the button, put the juice in your cup, go drink it, do whatever, go on about your business. When you want some more, you come and get back. But don't you touch them
So
sodas.
modern kids, they kind of not going for the water little jugs or the little, you know what I mean? Because mom and dad been feeding them real top shelf stuff at the house.
Don't care. Don't care. You ain't at home.
Just
So that's
saying,
the rules is different.
for real, because when we was younger and you had an attitude, you played like you didn't have an attitude. Now today, you look over at somebody kid, they be like cursing and carrying on. You be like, oh, I hope they ain't got a weapon because they don't.
Again, know your people. Then you should know this. And so then your guest list should be limited. And how come you don't never invite me? Because you don't know how to act.
Exactly.
Just real simple. You have to learn. I think we spoke before about us being of the age to say what we want and how the way we want to say it. And how come I didn't get invited? Because the last time you and your kids cut up, so y'all not invited for a while.
Yeah,
Y'all on restriction.
mm-mm. And you'll never bring nothing because you're supposed to bring something. You never bring anything. You bring a aluminum foil and a tin pan to put it in, and you done ate 6 crabs because I saw you, and you ain't contributed nothing. The crab fee was different than the food fee. You knew it. We sent it in a text message all week long, and you ignored
Wait,
it. So
or or the one who been fined for 30 years drinking beer, and now all of a sudden they see top shelf liquor, and then now they want to drink it all, and so they drunk in 15 minutes. You drinking it just because it's there? Like,
Yeah.
come on. You ain't been drinking liquor. Miller High Life been your drink for 30 years. Now you want to drink Belvedere vodka. You can't handle Belvedere.
And
Handle the truth.
that's the problems. But all right, y'all, we know what we gotta do. So this was a good episode. This was just a prelude to what's coming this summer and this spring for the guest list may be very small and minimal. So final thoughts, Celeste.
Well, for me, because I don't have a large family, for me, when I come to your cookout and your stuff and I see all of this, I'm going to exit stage left. Protect myself, okay?
Oh, that's right.
Because I don't want to be involved with the foolishness. I want to just come and enjoy myself and
No,
feel
that's right.
and feel safe. And I'm gonna put extra money in for the crabs because I like crabs. Okay.
I'd rather have the crabs than the food. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Auntie?
If you need to, eat before you come. And
Exactly.
if you need to, I ain't say you had to, but if you need to, eat before you come. But more importantly, just read the room. You know what I mean? Read the room where you are. And so just take heed and remember that you're away from home. And no matter whose house you're at and how comfortable you are still away from home.
That's a good one.
That's it. Keisha?
I'm like Chauncey, know your people and know how to navigate, and because you know who's going to do what. And so make a plan for yourself and for your family. That's it.
And my final thought is if you can't come and respect somebody's house, stay home. Just stay home.
That's a good one.
Everything is not for everybody. My grandma used to tell me that all the time.
Wow.
So you can either take a choice. You can be invited or uninvited. Your actions will determine it. But great episode. So joining me tonight
is your girl Celeste.
And it's Chauncey.
And Keisha.
No phrase lines or nothing.
No, because I was gonna say taking care of oneself, but no, I already told you I'm taking care of myself.
Right. Okay. All right. Now join us next Wednesday when we drop a new episode. Have a wonderful week on purpose. Take care.